All right. Hey guys. Hope everybody is doing well. Hello. Thanks for joining. Hello. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just, getting set up here on both IG and Facebook. But today I wanted to talk about creating your product suite with 3 tips, right? 3 tips. So feel free to drop your questions, your comments in the chat. Let me know, and I'll definitely leave time at the end to go through those. So the first question I typically receive is, what is a product suite? What am I talking about? Well, that's a collection of your products or your services, or your offerings, whatever those might be. In my coaching program, I teach my clients how to create what I call an aligned product suite, meaning how to create products and services, whether they be physical or digital, that complement one another, and that take your clients on a journey from point A to point B. Why is this important? Well, a lot of times entrepreneurs, especially in the digital space, just they get into business and they copy what they think is working or what they see others doing. So they're basing their business off of what they think is selling well for someone else. And the key here is what they think when you really have no idea. They really don't take into consideration their target market, what their needs are. And furthermore, if you just create randomness, it's the quickest way to confuse your audience. Let me say that again. Creating randomness is the quickest way to confuse your audience, meaning they will not know what you do, not remember you for that number one thing you want to be known for. So, and I mean, on top of that, they're not going to be purchasing anything because they can't really see how that thing that you're putting out there might benefit them or how it even goes with whatever else you have as an offering, right? So, here are my 3 tips for creating a product suite. The first thing, do market research. Find out what your ideal client actually needs and also what they want, right? Do that market research. Spend that time to do that. Start with the end in mind. Tip number 2. What's the ultimate action or the highest ticket product or the product that creates the greatest transformation for your potential clients? Whatever that product is, that is the main goal. That is the main attraction for your product suite, right? And all roads lead to that main goal, that main attraction. So you want to think about that. And then as you're creating the rest of the products in your product suite, this is tip number 3, think of all the things that people need to do to make it to that end goal and how they best can do that. How can you uniquely help them to get there? AKA, that's your unicorn factor, right? So I'll repeat the 3 tips again. The first is do market research. Find out what your ideal client actually needs, what they want. Um, Number 2, you start with the end in mind. So whatever that highest ticket products, whatever the product or the service that provides the greatest transformation for your potential clients, that's the main goal. That's the main attraction. That's where you want to lead all people to, right? Because that's where you know you can help them the most. Then number 3, think of all the things that people need to do to be able to get there, right? How can they make it from point A to point B? How can they go from level 0 to level 100 or whatever, however you want to make that analogy? And most importantly, how can you uniquely help them get there, right? What is it about your process that's different? Why working with you can be different than working with Susie next door, right? AKA your unicorn factor. And I've talked about this before, and I just did my Find Your Unicorn Factor training. But essentially, the reason why you want to uniquely, or say why clients can uniquely work with you or what's unique about you is that it builds a know, like, and trust factor. People will be able to see the receipts, the results they need to feel comfortable with making that purchasing decision. It also becomes tangible for them, right? They can see themselves in that transformation. And then, of course, it becomes a community effort when they see that others have taken part in your product or your service that provides that great transformation. We all want to see each other win, right? So that's a little bit about why it's important to not only put some thought into your product suite, but also do some research behind it as well. So If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If there's any specific scenarios you want to go over today, feel free to drop those in there as well. Has this been helpful, guys? Let me know what you guys think. But I can give you guys a real quick breakdown of maybe what a product suite might look like. Let's say for a course creator, right? So let's say you are a course creator, meaning you've created several courses, you're teaching people how to do something. Let's say, I don't know, let's say your course is, your course is teaching people how to build websites. Let's go with that. Why not? I haven't created a course like this, by the way. I'm just making it up. So your course and that's your highest ticket offer is going to be creating people or teaching people how to create websites, and you offer some coaching around that as well, right? So that'll be your highest ticket offer. Now you got to think, okay, so what do people need that are going to be um, creating websites for people, right? They got to have a way to get clients. They got to have a way to market their services. Maybe they got to figure out what platforms they're going to be using. There's a lot of different things to think about when you are creating your product suite. So when I think about product suite, I think about freebie, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, right? Those are the things that are going to be in my product suite. So, um, thinking about my course being the highest ticket offer, okay, it's like, okay, so what's something that can maybe get people interested in my products or services? So maybe a freebie might be, here are 100 tips on what you can do to have your website convert better, right? That could be a freebie. You just give people 100 tips or 50 tips or whatever. 10 tips is not enough these days, especially with all the competition in the market. So I think 50 to 100 is good. Then maybe like a low ticket offer might be, maybe you give someone some SEO tips as a low ticket offer to help them, like, increase their traffic, increase their rankings on Google. Then maybe something that might be mid ticket would be maybe a website audit. So you do like maybe a 15-minute video going through and actually giving them pointers so they hear your voice, right? It's like, oh, okay, like this is a real person, it's not a bot. They are giving me like real advice on what to do right now today to fix my website, which could then possibly lead to them, that leads them to saying, maybe I need to join this course that's going to help me, make my website make money or whatever, right? So just like an example of how you can build out a product suite, but you got to really know, is that what your target audience wants? Those are just examples. That person, whoever that person is that has that course, would have to do the research with their ideal clients in order to be able to figure out if that makes sense within their product suite. So hopefully I'm making sense to you all. Um, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments for me. If you want to DM me, that's fine too. If you are watching me on Facebook, you can DM me at @iSimplyShe. If you're watching me on Instagram, at @I_simply_she. I do want to go ahead and invite you guys to my upcoming masterclass next week. So Wednesday, December the 8th at 12 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be hosting a 90-minute masterclass. And that's going to be the Magnetic Messaging Masterclass. And so why is that important? Well, not only are we figuring out what's in our products, right, but we got to figure out how we're going to market this to our ideal clients. And then we have to figure out like how we're going to make sales, right? So if you're not saying the right things, if you're not posting the right content, if your offerings are all over the place, it's going to be really, really hard to make any sales. So I'm going to be teaching folks how to build that know, like, and trust factor within their brand community, how to get people in their sales funnels, and how to get paying clients through their messaging, right? And how to become a magnet for your ideal client. So that's the Magnetic Messaging Masterclass, Wednesday, December the 8th, 12 p.m. If you're watching me on Instagram, it's the link in my bio. On Facebook, you can go to slayhardeveryday.co. I'm going to also drop the link in the comments for you all. And then I'm going to also be doing a second. So if you can't make the first one December 8th, there will also be a second workshop December the 9th, which is Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So 2 options there, both 90-minute workshops, limited spaces available. So make sure you guys get your spot. But yeah, we're definitely going to be going step by step into how to build that trust factor within your brand community, highlighting you as the expert, determining the best strategy to speak to your ideal client, and message your offering so that you can increase your sales. So that's it, guys. Hopefully, it was really helpful. Love to hear from you. So feel free to drop some comments or like the post, shoot me a DM. I'm friendly, I don't bite, but hopefully, it's helpful. And I will talk to you guys soon. So remember, you too can conquer if you slay hard every day. Take care.